everybody, we're back for another video, and I want to thank you for stopping by. This is kind of a Q&A video and some things that I want to share that I've been working on. So I've got like some watercolors. These were something that new that came in the mail today, which I'll swatch at the end. I'll speed that up so you don't have to watch me do that. But these are my favorite watercolors. I asked a question on Instagram for people to ask any questions, and so that's kind of what this video is. And one of the questions was, what are my favorite watercolors? Because they've seen me work with a variety of different watercolors, and I have quite a few sets, but my favorite watercolors, and you actually can't even really see because it's white, but it says St. Petersburg. There's a brand, Nevskaya Palitra, St. Petersburg Biele Noci. Those are my favorite watercolors. This is the basic little travel set of 2, 4, 6 of 12 colors. You got your warm primaries, your cool primaries, and some darks, which are wonderful to work with. But this was the second palette I got. The first palette that I got was the 24 set, I think. 12, 20, yeah, 24. And that's these right here. It came in a very large plastic one with a huge plastic insert, and it has so many mixing spots, which is wonderful. But I mean, the case that it came in is this big. They do have a new metal tin, and I'm thinking of maybe getting 1 or 2 of them because I have some extra watercolors as well. So this has the 12 that are in here plus 12 extra. So this is the one that I travel with, or I take with me. This is the one that stays here at home on the desk. But I also have, in this cute little tin, I used to have all but one of them are St. Petersburg. There's like quinacridone violet, quinacridone rose, violet, I forget what that one is, ruby that's called. But then this one right here is a Daniel Smith that I got sent from a wonderful viewer, subscriber. This is PQ... Quinacridone Gold D5 P049. The original, not the new one, which is a blend. And then like it's a Zillione, like a forest green, lamp black, a beautiful violet, a Prussian blue. So some different colors, but these are new colors that they released last year, and they're really tiny. So there's rose quartz, lilac, royal blue, lavender, pink peony, and coral. And I'm so looking at trying those because these are what my original set of 24 look like. You know, there's burnt sienna, burnt umber, lamp black, and just some beautiful colors. I'm not sure what that one is. That might be midnight blue, but it's a beautiful blue. So expect that towards the end of the video, just because it'll take a lot of time with water and brushes and unpeeling them. But I just keep them in this cute little artist palette that I have. So we'll save that for the end. And that's kind of what these are for swatching them. Some of the questions that people have asked me, someone asked, you know, how many TNs do I have? I used to have quite a few. When I had my largest number of them, I had at least 120, 130, somewhere around there. But now I'm down to about 45 to 50. So that's quite a few that I have gotten rid of. And I'm thinking of taking a look at the 45 to 50 that I have, and dwindling that down to only my Midori's, my original Travelers Company ones, and a few of my like Foxies or Chic Sparrows or Lady Falcon Travelers that I love, and everything else just finding homes for. Just because I have so many and I can't use them all, and no one needs to own 130, or heck, no one needs to own 50 Traveler's notebooks. I always end up going back to my Travelers Company Traveler's notebooks. So I have so many of these that I need to use. And they're something that I always go back to. So that's what made me decide. These are staying. 1 or 2 of the Foxies, 1 or 2 of the Chic Sparrows, and 1 or 2 of the Lady Falcon, and everything else is going to find a new home. So there's that. Someone wanted to know, where do I get my pencil pouches? And that, I wasn't exactly sure what he meant, but like this right here is the standard labor pencil pouch. This standard labor pouch came in the August stationery selection box that Mitts, My Life Mitts here on YouTube sells. So that's where I got this one. And this is what I have been using ever since it arrived. I've been in here. I haven't switched out of it. So that lets me know that this is one that's definitely staying. I have a lot like this. This is Simon the Bunny, and this is a from Cocoa Daisy, and this has in it the remaining of the Cocoa Daisy stuff that I haven't used. Like there's 3 rolls of my favorite washi tape that have not been opened. I'm kind of worried about them because of that. I've got some Post-it notes. The one thing about Cocoa Daisy and their Post-it notes is you have to be careful. Over time, the glue tends to stick to each other, and you'll have a really hard time removing them, but these ones are okay. I've got a couple of notepads with Simon from past Valentine's days, and like some die cuts and stuff. And I even have a couple of inserts in here, like this one was a pretty one from June of 2018. I never used, but I have it, so personal is a size I constantly go back to, so I might use it. As with this one, this was a May of 2018, so it's got the typewriters and the birds, and I like that. So who knows? I might go back to this one. We'll see. So that's what I have in here. So that's where I've gotten these, because some of the kits came with the pencil pouches. Pencil pouches I've used in the past. Like this one is one that I got. It's an Artist Loft. I got from Michaels. I keep my aqua brushes, some of my paint brushes, and a rag that I use to dry off my brush with. This pencil pouch is one that it's a Lahit Lab that I got from, I think I got this one from Amazon, but you can get it at Jet Pens and a variety of other places, and I've just got some pens and pencils and refills and glue and a stencil, some Post-its, just some of that type of stuff. This one I used for quite a long time. And it's one of my favorites. And I have a video where I show all of my Lahit Lab stuff. But one of the very first pencil pouches I got, once I started like planning here on YouTube, like sharing my stuff, was this big one right here. This is the Kipling 100 pen case. And I was using this exclusively for a long time. But now what I do is I had Arteza send me last summer some of their real brush pens, and these things are wonderful. I've done lots of art with them. They're a brush pen, but with like bristles, like an actual paintbrush. And I keep them in there because they came in a plastic container that fell apart so easily, and I just wanted one place to store them all. And so that's all of them. I'm sure there's a better way to store them, but for me, I know when I grab my Kipling case that it has all of my real brush pens from Arteza, and I can store it flat like this, so it's best for the pens so they don't dry out. So there's that. So that's kind of how I get my pens. Someone asked if I have a favorite pen. I don't necessarily have a favorite pen. I do like using these micron styled pens in a variety of colors and sizes. I've actually been using the Artist Loft ones a lot just because of their cost. I mean, they're half the price of a set of the actual Sakura micron ones. The colors are just as nice. The blacks are, just as black. One thing that's nice about the micron is you can get them in black, blue, brown, sepia, a burgundy, a green. But the Artist Loft you can only get in black. And I do have a couple of the Tombow mono drawing pens, which are the same. But a pen that I've been using quite a bit since it came was this one. It is a Zebra Sarasa multi-pen, 05. It has a pencil, and then it has black, red, green, and blue. And I have used it so much that you can see I'm totally out of black ink. So I need to order a replacement. The only problem is every place I've looked, the Zebra Sarasa 05 is out of stock in black. So I'm learning to write in blue. I do have another Zebra pen in here, which I do like. It's the way at the bottom of this bag. Here it is. The Zebra Sarasa Dry Air Grip 05. It's a black pen. I don't want to take it apart because it'll spring and everything. But I've been using this one a little bit since I got it. And it writes just as well as the multi-pen, except it seems to be a little bit wetter, and it seems to be a little bit, even though they're both 05, it seems to be a little bit thicker of a nib, the way the paper will take the ink. So those are two of my favorite pens right now. And then I never thought this was a pen that came with the either November, October. I never understand how the month works. The kit from the pen inspiration box from Cloth and Paper. I have been using this pen since it arrived, and I wish it wasn't a white like that, but you can see I still have plenty of ink in there. And so this has been in my planner. Like, here's my camel, which is my planner, and it has been in there ever since it came. So I've been using that for a couple of months now, and it's still trucking. So yeah, so there's that. So I guess you could say those are my favorite pens. I do like the Zebra multi-pen because it has a pencil. And then this is the eraser that came in that same kit or penspiration box that the white pen came in. And I've been using that actually quite a bit because it's nice. It's a good eraser. It takes up very little space. So there's my favorite pens. Let's see. Someone asked, how did I meet my husband and how long have we been together? So I wasn't expecting a question like that, but we met in, I guess, winter of 2013, like December, January-ish. And we just met on an online dating app. And we've been together since then. We've been married for 3 years, but we were engaged for about a year and a half, 2 years before we got married. So, yeah, 2013 to now 2020. So that's what, 7 years, I guess? 7 years we've been together? Okay. Favorite supplies. I'd have to say my favorite supplies are my watercolors, my micron pens, and I've really been loving these pens. I've used them. This is just 2 of them. The brand is Rouchon Petite, and they are a water-based brush pen, and I've been using them to do lots of coloring. Let me see. Of different things in my inserts. Like, let's see, oh, the other side of this. I use them to do some of the coloring on this. I use them to color this. Except for that, I use colored pencils on. I used them on this with colored pencils. I used them on this with some colored pencils, like kind of a multimedia layering effect. Let's see. I know I have some more. These that I did, I used them and then colored pencils to just, you know, lighten them, because they're very light pastel marker. And I think that's all that I've done in here. Yeah. I haven't... Oh, these right here, these are the Arteza real brush pens. I used them as a watercolor to color these cute little strawberry shortcake characters and even my Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, so those are great, great, great pens. Those are one of my favorite art supplies too. What else? What other questions? Favorite watercolors, favorite supplies, favorite pens. When did my husband and I meet? My pencil pouches. Oh, I forgot about this pencil pouch. This one is the Atelier's Penelope bag. And I got this from the Baumkuchen store. And I've got some pencils in here. I've got a Stadler pencil, a Palomino Blackwing Pearl, which is a beautiful pencil to write with. Ticonderoga, and these ones are kind of really interesting too. They're what are they? Tombow colored pencils. They're the Irojiten pencils, and I've got the brights, and then I've got like the skin earth tone set. So those are really nice pencils too. But it's a really nice pouch. Actually, since we're talking about pouches, I do have these ones as well. These are the Delphonics pouches. I've got the medium-sized one. They call it khaki, but it looks like olive to me. And then this is the small one in olive or khaki. And these I got on Amazon. You know, no big fancy, just on Amazon. The husband has a medium one in black. And they're a really great pouch. They hold all your stuff very well. So that's that. Oh, someone asked what were some of the first inserts that I used on in a traveler's notebook, and those are, I would say, these. I was using the Midori, and at the time it was called Midori. I was using it actually in this brown Midori. And I had the monthly free or the monthly undated, and then I even had a weekly undated, but I needed something a little bit more. And Carrie Harling at that time was doing some videos on inserts by DIY Fish. And so this was one of the first inserts by Fish, by Zheng, that I used. It was the monthly fold out with the planner, the week on 2 pages with the chart, and I wasn't using them to their fullest yet. I started using the trackers and keeping track of stuff. Putting some quotes there. Keeping track of my busy schedule at that time. So there's the November one. And here was December. And I'm not a fan of these big monthly trackers. I never have been. I've tried, I've started using them, and I fail right away. This purple pen was actually a purple pen that was a friction that I got from a student of mine that lived in Japan that would, would come back and forth from Japan. My students' recital, keeping track of bills and students, what we're going to do next semester. This was years ago, so these kids aren't even studying with me anymore. Like, they've been long gone. Like here, like our bills and every word for flute, different languages, and all of that kind of stuff. So this was the first insert that I really used. It was a month with, you can see for December, I had a week on a page with grid and the chart. And you'll notice that that is the same type of insert that I still use to this day. Here we are this week. It's got a week on a page and then grid. That is my jam. That's my insert that I love using. And I tried just for the month of November, the week on 2 pages. And I went back to the week on a page with grid. So there's that, my first insert. Oh, I wanted to show something because some people had asked. They had asked what I was going to do with this cute little mochi passport Foxy Fix that I got in the mystery sale. Well, something we decided to do is we decided to set it up for my husband's, for his mother, for my mother-in-law, for her. So I've got some cute little clips from Heidi Swap. They had them at, what's that store? Tuesday Morning for a real reasonably priced. There's 4 of them. One of them was black and white, and I just didn't think it went very well with this color scheme, so we kept that one. I think the husband has that one. But I got some of that acetate with the writing on it, and then I put one of those big sequined, her name is Beverly, so we put a big sequined bee on it just because we thought she'd really like that. And then we have in here the Paper and Cats. It is my design, the 2 pages of grid with the month, 2 pages of grid, month, 2 pages of grid, month. And I had January and February clipped together since we are now in March. So we have that, and see, mine has July in the middle. And also you notice mine is a passport size. Taylor doesn't sell passport size. This was the very first one of this design that she made of mine. Now it's available in every size. Then I have a grid insert. It's basically the grid pages. I just printed those 2 pages back to back like 20 times and put them in this insert here. Got a Midori style zipper pouch. Another piece of that vellum or acetate that everybody has. And then another grid insert and the pockets. So that's what we decided to do with that, is to give that to the mother-in-law. She has a pocket Chic Sparrow in the Ali Brown Joy, and she also has a standard size Webster in like a beautiful caramel brown color, but that was getting too big and too heavy for her purse. So we thought we'd try, since I had this one and wasn't going to use it, thought that she would love this beautiful sugar mochi, sort of dusty, rosy color notebook. So we'll see if she likes that. I think she's coming to town maybe this week. Maybe we'll be able to get that to her. So there is that. And if there is time, I'll add some swatching of the new watercolors on some mixed media paper. And I'll also add them to my A5 insert where I have lots of different watercolors. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.